Welcome back to another MobileSentrix tips and tricks. My name is Derek, and today I'm going to be showing you a pretty cool product. It's an Ampsentrix product designed specifically to help you in your day-to-day repairs. It's a set of power supply cables designed specifically for the iPhone series and the Samsung S and Note series. I'm going to do an unboxing so you can see everything that it comes with, and then I'm going to show you just a practical use so you get an idea of how to use it if you haven't used something similar in the past. Let's get into the video. This is the Ampsentrix Boot Cable for the iPhone and Samsung repairs. Inside, we've got this little user manual. Basically goes over what comes in the box. Inside, we've got the main one, power, which is basically the hub where everything will plug into. And here we can see that we've got the different ports that we can use for the different devices, with basically indicators of what it's what's going on. Comes with the red and black cables to plug into a power supply. We also have another box here that has got like your standard red and black cables connect up to a power supply so that you can inject voltage using this, which is pretty nifty, either with the alligator clips themselves or with the lead here. And then inside of here we've got a whole lineup of what the different power cables are for. So here we've got the iPhone 6 all the way up through the 11 series and second gen SE, 12 series, 13 series, and then the Samsung S series and Note series. So basically covering the majority of what we see in the repair industry. And if you aren't familiar what these are used for, basically these are for is to inject power into the logic boards, acting like a battery. And this can be helpful in diagnosing shorts. It can be helpful in diagnosing other issues with the logic boards that either have no power or aren't turning on. If you want to see if things are working properly, it's like they all have the Type-C ports. It'll slide into these ports, and this has a special, basically a special ability to regulate and tell you whether or not you're within range of where the power should be, even though you simply just need to look at the battery that corresponds to the phone that you're working on so that you can adjust the voltage on your power supply so that it outputs the correct amount when you go to boot up the device. Sometimes cables like this don't come pre-soldered. These do. That's pretty cool. So with the single connector here, you have access to all of them that are on that box right there. And then on this last one, again, one single plug for all of them and their corresponding devices. This is super convenient that it's all tied in to one, which means you don't have to have a bunch of individual cables like we've had to up until this point. We can have all of them basically all tie into this at any point in time. So a very practical use for this would be simply like this. I'll plug in my black cable here, my red cable here, according to the colors. Now I'll find the cable designed for the phone that I'm working with, and I'm going to plug it in here. Find the corresponding cable. Now I'll plug it into the battery connector. Now we're going to go ahead and turn this on. I'm going to set the volts to about 385. That's right around where the battery's at on this model. And we'll hit power output. Now, if I hold down the power button, you'll see that it'll start to boot. So this will allow you to diagnose basically devices that are having issues that you're working on. There's plenty of other things that it can be used for. Say you're doing a battery core swap and you need to flag the message. This will also give you a message that it can't authenticate the battery. So for example, here, if I go in to the battery health and we check on it, it's going to So here, now we've got the important battery message. Now if I was doing a core swap, I'd be able to go in and alter the data on the battery, plug it in, and it would be good to go. So, I mean, that's obviously not its main purpose, but that is a function. Mainly what this is going to be useful for, if you haven't used it before, is being able to diagnose dead boards, power issues, or other things where you need to kind of force power into the board, see what gets hot and whatnot. So definitely nice that basically every single model that you're going to be working on is available to use. So there's kind of a demonstration on how it's actually used. Very simple, plugged into a power supply. This has the ability to kind of control this. So if this was too high or too low, this will regulate that. So they're pretty cool. It's not very often that a product covers such a variety of devices. Basically, all of the iPhone series that you're either still seeing or you will be seeing in your shops, along with the Samsung S and Note series, being able to provide power to them in a sustainable way, it all being condensed into those 3 cables, plus having the additional line to inject voltage if you're trying to troubleshoot a short. Let me know in the comments below if there's something specific that you want to see in an upcoming video. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you in the next video.